you are going to do some art with me at home. This is my art studio at my house, and I'm going to do some art here with you. So for this week, we are going to do some art in nature. But I have a project for you to do first before we get started. So are you ready? All right, first things first, you go outside and you need to collect some natural things. So I've got my basket to put my things in. I got my trusty sidekick Penny here, ready to go. And we're gonna actually go over to a golf course, which I happen to live next to. But you can easily do this in your yard or go to a park or any place outside to find items for your art project. I found a feather. Penny found the mother lode. Look at all these acorn pieces. All right, now that I'm done, it's time to go wash my hands. All right, let's see what Penny and I found. Inside my basket, I have a bean pod. At least that's what I call it. I thought it looked like a mustache, so I thought it was kind of fun. I found some flat, dried out leaves. Not very many, but a few. Then I also found some sticks. I grabbed a bunch of different kinds so that I had lots of variety to choose from. I also have some bark that I found on the ground. Now don't get it off of a tree. If it's on the ground, you can use it. Then I also found lots and lots of pine cones, all different shapes and sizes. I also found some little pebbles that I thought were nice, and some of them were flat, so that was really good. As well as some acorn pieces that Penny found while she was chasing after a squirrel. We even found one acorn that hadn't been eaten, so we grabbed that one too. And lastly, we found 3 feathers on the ground, which we thought was a great find. So I'll set this aside and show you the first project that Elizabeth made for me using our stuff. And she decided to make a flower with a dragonfly. So she made the flower petals out of little rocks, the stem out of a stick, the dragonfly wings were out of little seed pods, the sun has acorn eyes and sticks for the rays of the sun. Now this next one Mrs. Lewin made. It's made from a piece of bark that I found. And then I put a twig in with it as well. And I made the little owl with an acorn top, 2 feathers, and then I added some googly eyes and drew in his 2 little feet so it looks like he could land on it. This next project Elizabeth made out of this cute little teeny tiny pine cone and then she glued it onto 2 little rocks and used an acorn hat for this top and then added 2 googly eyes so that he looked fun. Now my last project is the big stick that I found, and it had lots of little branches, so I painted it white with spray paint and glued a bunch of pom-poms to it. All right, artists, now it's your turn to make me something. I would like for you to make me anything you want to make. It can be a sculpture, it can be done on paper, but I want you to make sure you use some nature in there, all right? So make sure your moms and dads take a picture of it and emails it to Mrs. Lewin so that next week I can post it and everyone in your class can see all the artwork that you've done, okay? All right, guys, I love you and I miss you and I look forward to seeing you next week.